Welcome to another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report, alongside my partners Quad, Robert, and Ryan. I am your host, J-Man. This edition of the we're going to do our 2011 TNA Destination X review, just getting off of the air with the pay-per-view. Delivered on all that we could expect from this X Division type pay-per-view. Some great stuff on this card, and we're going to go down here. First match up, we had Samoa Joe versus Kaz.
This match started off with Joe being the old-fashioned Joe. Just here I am, I'm going to knock the crap out of you, and if you're not ready, sorry. It ended kind of weird, in my opinion. Joe had Kaz in a sleeper clutch, and then Joe thought Kaz passed out, but Kaz didn't, and then Kaz rolled him up and won.
Yeah.
I hope this feud continues because it's a good one, but it's a good match to start off the show.
Kaz getting the win in the first match there. Second match up, we had Doug Williams versus a mystery opponent, which ended up being Mark Haskins.
Yeah, Mark Haskins is a guy from WXW, a promotion in Germany. If you haven't heard of this guy, he's he's a pretty talented guy. I think personally he had a rough night. He didn't do as good as what I thought he would have done. The guy has talent. He's from England, so they kind of had like a Bond kind of deal going with Doug Williams and him. Doug Williams getting the win on this. Haskins trying to show off what he can do. He shooting star press, did some cool things here and there. And afterwards, Doug Williams shook his hand. Possible, something going on with that, maybe him sticking around. They talked about how Haskins was on the European tour in TNA and how he impressed a lot of people. So, maybe look for this guy coming in there, maybe doing something with British Invasion. So, pretty decent match, though.
Another match here that we added to the pay-per-view, not on it before the pay-per-view. We had Generation Me versus the tag team they just kind of put together with Eric Young and Shark Boy.
Yeah, they show Eric Young in the back looking for a tag partner, and Shark Boy walks up and says, "I'll do it." So they formed it real quick there. At least Generation Me was finally on a pay-per-view. Yep. Great up-and-coming tag team. Eric Young comes out holding the TV title and the old TNA World title. It looked real awkward. The match didn't last very long. Few spots for Generation Me, and then Eric Young ended up getting the pin for the win. As they're walking up the ramp, he hands the former TNA World title to Shark Boy, which was a very awkward moment.
The EY and Shark Boy getting the win there. Next matchup, we had the number one contender Ultimate X match for the X Division title. These guys coming in here with Alex Shelley, Amazing Red, Shannon Moore, and Robbie E. Pretty good stuff in this matchup. We had Alex Shelley getting the win, had a lot of stuff going on to the end where a lot of the guys were going for the X, and they all ended up falling, and Shelley getting the win there. Great spots from Red, as usual, as he'd get into these Ultimate X matches and really start flying around. Actually, a pretty good performance from Robbie E. Probably one of the more impressive he's looked in a long time. Actually looking like a guy who should be in there with those kind of guys. And Shannon Moore hitting some good spots here also. But Alex Shelley, guy who really needs to go into there and really be known as a guy who could be going for this X Division and going for the X Division title. And I think a great win for Shelley here with Saban being out and Saban celebrating with Shelley after the win here. And new number one contender Alex Shelley. A pretty good match in the Ultimate X. Next matchup, we had Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam. Kind
of a rematch 10 years in the making. These guys were in ECW together. They night in, night out, put on, ultimate matches. They say they were X Division before there was an X Division.
Yeah.
RVD keeps saying, the best match he's ever had was with Jerry Lynn. They were trying to do this match last year at Hardcore Justice, but Jerry Lynn was hurt, couldn't do it, so they finally decided to do it now. This match delivered in every aspect. When I looked at it, both of them did everything they've done. High flying and mat wrestling. And they knew each other, so they kind of knew some of the moves that was getting ready to happen. It was everything that it could have been, diving outside the ring. RVD, thinking he's a whole effing show, and Jerry Lynn thinks he's the whole effing show. There's actually a chant, you guys started chanting the new effing show.
Yep.
So, RVD did get the win, so hopefully going forward they might do some of this, but probably just like kind of a one-night shot with Jerry Lynn.
Next matchup, we had a four-way match for a TNA contract featuring Austin Aries, Loki, Jack Evans, and Zema. A lot of names in this that we were really looking forward to this matchup, and man, did it deliver. Just with the best match of the night, in all of our opinion here, with just outstanding stuff from all around. It was just some crazy, crazy stuff going on in this match that we were not expecting out of a 13-minute match. And we got all we could get out of this, and Austin Aries getting the win with the Brainbuster and some outstanding stuff.
It's crazy. 3 out of the 4 people were former ROH stars. I don't know about this.
Zema,
no. He's pretty popular on the Indies. He's all over the place.
He's really good.
Yeah. 3 out of the 4 are ROH guys. That just shows how much ROH is impacting TNA, and especially with the show tonight. Yeah. Jack Evans did some crazy stuff like he always does. Austin Aries promo before this was pretty much just showed you what you're getting with Austin Aries, and then low key just shows you what's up. If you're not ready, you're gonna kick him in the side of the head, and the way it sounded on television, it sounded like it hurt. So, great match.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what independent wrestling is all about. Is these 4 guys. Austin Aries won. He can cut promos. He can wrestle, mat wrestle, high fly, whatever you want him to do. Low key, he's got the kicks, the slaps, everything. Zema Ion. You look at our preview. I had no clue who this guy was. After this match, I'm like, oh my god! Sign all 4 of them. Make this a match for the Ultimate X for the X title.
We heard that chant a couple times.
Yeah,
sign them all.
Watching these 4 guys just move after move after move. 630s from Jack Evans. Zema Ion can also do a 630. Did a 450 in it. AEW does 450s.
Yeah.
If you didn't see this match, watch it because it'll make your eyes explode.
This was great. This was just awesome stuff. They had a chant on everybody. It was good stuff. Sign all of them. It was good stuff. Just every guy just looking fantastic in there. Just absolutely flawless when it comes to just a perfect just X Division type match. Just everything about it is fantastic. I was talking to them before this, and I was saying each guy cut a promo that night. And I think TNA looked at all these guys as equals, and I think maybe what really set it off is who cut the best promo might have won this match.
Who won that match? Yeah.
And Austin Aries won the match. He cut a fantastic promo, better than the other 3 guys, and it just seemed like this would be the perfect place for him to be right now in his career. He's so good right now. Just playing the A double role like he did in Ring of Honor. I love this character, the best I've ever liked. Austin Aries. Yeah. Just great stuff. Definitely match of the night. For 13 minutes. This is just outstanding. I hope Eric Bischoff and Hogan were watching backstage and they're fucking
suck on that
because this is what you're looking for. You want those guys. You better sign all. I would sign all of these guys.
Yeah, one of the most deserving wins here for a guy like Austin Aries who really needs to get in there and deserves everything that he's been getting for all this stuff and should really get some great stuff.
And it's crazy how loud the crowd was during this match.
Yeah.
They were
they were into it.
We were all on the edge of our seats. Yeah. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Camera guys couldn't even catch up. There's some spots where Jack Evans, you see some white dude fly out of the sky, and you're just like, oh, hey.
Yeah. For the entire pay-per-view, the crowd was into it. Yeah. This is what a true TNA crowd was. Yeah. Hogan and Bischoff needs to look back to 2009 and before. This is the kind of crowd you can bring in when you got matches like this.
Great stuff there, and Austin Aries getting the contract. Won't know if anybody else would, but they all should get a contract like they said in there. But Austin Aries getting the win there. Next matchup, we had the X Division title line with Champion Abyss went up against Brian Kendrick.
I actually really enjoyed this. This was a good big man, small man complex. Brian Kendrick cutting down the oak tree type thing. Good storytelling. Kendrick using his speed to get away from him. We got to talking during this, and we were thinking, how is Kendrick going to win this match? How is Brian Kendrick going to beat Abyss? And we just got to thinking of different ideas, this and that. And one of the ideas we came up with was just an X Division, just collage of guys just running out there and just things happening. The ref got knocked out. Eric Bischoff came out, was saying, you're going to be fired or blah, blah, whatever, all this crap. Kendrick hits him. Here comes Immortal. You got Bully Ray, Steiner, Gunner coming out there. You think, what's going to happen here? This is crap. This is the X Division pay-per-view. This shouldn't be like this. They come out there. Whole shitload of X Division guys run out there and just whoop ass.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Fantastic. I really like this mostly. A lot of people would shit on it and say, oh, this is, they're coming out there Immortal. But the X Division beat down, and Kendrick getting the win. Exactly like I said in the preview. Exactly like anybody else would think.
Yeah.
They have a celebration. They hoist him up. There's streamers, crap, just everywhere, confetti, whatever it is. They hoist him up. Great moment for the X Division.
Yeah.
And exactly what I thought it was going to be. And storytelling wise, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Match quality, okay, but it was definitely not worse. It's not skippable, but it's good stuff.
Kendrick getting the win there and the new X Division champion. Next matchup, we had the main event with the phenomenal AJ Styles going against Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. Great stuff here yet again. There was really nothing that AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels can't do that is bad stuff, to be totally honest with you. This one getting close to almost 30 minutes. Started out so great. Had a little spots in the middle where he kind of had an effed up botched little springboard with AJ. Kind of started to really go downhill a little bit, but then catching up, and still a great matchup here. And AJ Styles getting the win here. No Daniels' turn at the end of this that we might have been suspecting, but could be something down the road. But yet another great performance from AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels.
For 30 minutes between these two guys, this match couldn't go. They couldn't do anything wrong. Yeah. Okay, you have a couple of mix-ups in the middle. That's what you're going to have. It's professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Everybody's not perfect. whoop-de-doo. It's still a good match.
Yeah.
With the history behind these two guys and what they've done in past and to current date, it's probably one of the better main events in how long? 19 months?
For TNA, hell yeah.
Hey, Hogan Bischoff, pay attention. Realize what you have sitting in front of you and use it correctly.
Yep.
The last main event that TNA had that was this good was these two guys at Final Resolution. Coincidence there, I think. This match was just phenomenal. You get two guys who are as close as brothers, if not closer. They knew every move that was coming.
Yeah.
Every time they did one thing, they countered it. They knew. I mean, you get them both going like this. I know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah.
The match was just out and out, just phenomenal. It was match of the year for TNA. It's the best match since 2009 in my book.
Wow.
There's been crap this year main event wise. These two guys, this is TNA. This is what TNA can bring you. This pay-per-view, everybody who's been crapping on TNA for 17 months, watch this pay-per-view. This is what the X Division's about. AJ Styles, who can be compared to a Hall of Famer named Shawn Michaels. Just watch this guy. This is what you need to see week in, week out as a world champion.
This is great stuff. And like they were saying, there was a couple of mix-ups in the middle of a botch springboard. But the funny thing about this was I was telling them the same thing. Every match you watch with these guys from 04 Ring of Honor stuff to 06 TNA to 09, the matches they've had, every match they have concluding up, it's always different. Yep. So it seems like when they have a little mess up here and there, it seems like they're trying to do something different every time.
Yeah,
they're trying to give it giving it a different experience. It did get a kind of weird in the middle when they were trying to do some different stuff.
Some stuff out, yeah.
But it was still overall just the quality was very good. The beginning was just fantastic, just good stuff. It ended like I thought it would. I was thinking maybe Christopher Daniels would get this, but then they started saying who's the greatest X Division wrestler of all time. That's pretty much what they were coming down to with these two guys, and it would just not make any sense for AJ Styles not to win this. Just good match. Their best pay-per-view this year, in my opinion.
Easily.
Probably their best pay-per-view in the last year and a half. This is what you got.
That's probably top 5 TNA.
Top 5 shows ever. For them.
Yeah.
So, you catch this, you need to go catch this right now.
Yeah.
Get the replay. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but as predicted, the Destination X pay-per-view, as predicted, some absolutely great stuff. Just the whole entire card. These guys that really should deserve these spotlights, and finally when they get up there, really just show that pent-up athleticism and just the drive to want to perform, and they did absolutely that. And in the main event, as shown there with AJ Styles getting the win.
It's a top 5 pay-per-view. Look what's in the title of it, Destination X.
There you go.
Hey, Hogan, Bischoff, Russo, start using X Division. Because if you don't use them, they'll start walking, and they'll go show you what's up at other companies.
And Impact Wrestling will be the 3rd biggest wrestling company in the world.
The X will say it all for this pay-per-view. That one I'll wrap up our 2011 TNA Destination X review from our partner squad, Robert and Ryan. I'm your host, J-Man. Thank you for watching another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report. Your source for wrestling news, information, opinions, instantly.
This is a